Thank you for tuning into the Yomin in Likutei Torah project of Chabad of Tzfat in the Old City. This Shabbos is Shabbos Mevorchim Elul, and the Likutei Rebbe writes that in Shabbos Mevorchim Elul you could already feel a Teshuvah wind, a feeling of Teshuvah in the air. And he writes this because that was the case, but he writes this also so that we could feel and want to feel a bit of that and to live with that. Elul is also a month of tremendous mercy, and we know that the ideas of the month already start from the Shabbos Mevorchim, the month, because the Shabbos Mevorchim has in it the entire month, blesses the entire month, and from then on starts the idea of the month. It's a month when Hashem is with us, and this week's parasha talks about the Mannah. We'll learn the Maimer in Likutei Torah, some of the Maimer. First it says that this was a high level that a person got to. There's many different purushim on it, but Hashem gave us the man, and through the man we would know Hashem. And the Alter Rebbe starts out, that the man is the tal, or the dew, with which Hashem is going to resurrect the dead. As it says that it went up, man is referred to as tal in the pasuk, and this is the tal with which Teshuvah Vint will happen, which is the level of rachamim mirabim, of tremendous mercy. As we say, mechayim meisim b'rachmim mirabim, as we say every time right at the beginning of Shemona Esrei, that Hashem will resurrect the dead, and with tremendous mercy. To understand what is this idea of rachmim mirabim l'mayla, it's written, Zradi is Beis Yisrael, Zera Adam, Zera Behema. And I planted Beis Yisrael, I planted two seeds, Zera Adam, people, Zera Behema, an animal seed. She appears yesh beis min neshamis, which is referring to the two types of neshamis. There's a level of Adam, where everything is working 100% properly. There's seichel, there's midas, and it works in that way. And then there's the level of behema, which is the nefesh bahamis, which basically just wants things. It's called the chadasar kisrin de masavusa, because all of their keiches are of the keiches of the nefesh bahamis. All of the strengths of the nefesh bahamis is subservient to that one strength, which is its will. And this is understood by understanding when it says that the face of the lion on the chariot that Yechezkel saw, this was to the right. Why is it to the right? Because Aryeh is the level of Ava. Also has to do with Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, by the way. But in another place we say that Aryeh denotes the lion, denotes the level of love, and in another place in Ames it says the Aryeh, the lion, roars, who will not fear? And also the Yomim Neiroim are called, have to do with this level of Aryeh, like we said, because Aryeh has in it the letters of Yira. It spells out, if you change the letters around, if you just change the order around, it turns to the word Yira, awe. That's because this level of Ava that's so great from Hashem, it's from the greatness of Hashem, and to His greatness there's no way to understand. His greatness far surpasses anything we can understand, and it cannot come down into the worlds in a way that's received, and therefore there's a tremendous awe and trepidation that comes to us when this level is revealed. Like the Alter Rebbe brings out the mashal of a chaysim beilet, that there's two types of signatory stamps. You could have a stamp where the letters are engraved into the stamp, and therefore, and it's missing from the stamp. It's like it's pushed up. The image is pushed up into the stamp, and when it comes down on the wax is pushed out, and the letters come up. then you have a stamp where the letters come down to the wax. And that causes in the wax to be, the letters in the wax become imprinted into the wax. It pushes that part of wax down, and that's how the letters are made. And they're letters that are imprinted into the wax instead of that are risen up. And just as it works in a very minor thing in the physical, so too there's a major concept here that it shows. And the major concept is that when Hashem hides himself, that's when we have a longing and a desire to him. That's when we are pushed up. But when Hashem comes out with tremendous love for the worlds, but he's so great and he's so powerful and awesome, that's when a tremendous awe and trepidation take place. A fear takes place. And so too we know that the Yomin Neiraim are really, the Alter Rebbe writes, is really about Hashem coming out to us and really coming from a level of kindness and love. But we make the cheshbon and we say, look, are we ready? And then this is the proper way to do. This is the way that we're picked up, and this is the way we can truly become closer to Hashem and internalize some of this closeness. And this is why in the temple where there were so many miracles, in the Beis Hamikdash may be speedily rebuilt, that the fire that came down from heaven was in the shape of a lion, that would eat all of the korbanos. That the physical things, the blood and the fats, and so to all of physicality, all of a person's physical desires become caught up in this much greater desire. And therefore it says, on this level of Hashem coming out into the worlds, when it comes out into the worlds, it's on a level of Eish Eichla, that it gets rid of all the other fires. Now that's the level of Yira. The love that we have for Hashem comes actually from Pnei Sheir, from the Gvuris of Hashem, like we said about the Chaysim Beilit, that when Hashem picks himself up and shows that he's higher than the world, this brings, which is in a way of Gvura, this brings to tremendous love and wanting Hashem. Now, that's that when Hashem hides himself, that's when there's a tremendous love for Hashem, and this level is called Behema. But it's not Behema as we know it, rather it's a great Inyan, which we'll explain soon. And now v'nikra avas eilam mibnei she'avazu ba'yidei helim ve'ester chayis alikus she'v'secha eilamis. Because this level is higher. This level comes down into the worlds. This level where the worlds want to come to Hashem. Sure, Hashem is helping us develop this level. That's another thing that's not written so clearly in this paragraph, but that's part of the process. But still, it's a level that has to do with how the world feels. And it goes up and wants to be one with Hashem. Hashem, who is higher than all the worlds and surrounds all the worlds, and on whom it is written, Al Damilach, none can compare to you. And Kari Todev Leishakich, and this is something that is called out always, yet it's not appeased. It's not answered in a way that appeases it. It's a level, it's a desire to Hashem, to come close to Hashem. There's no way to fully appease it, because one wants to really come close to Hashem. And so too, when a person thinks about how Hashem created the world by hiding His great light, which is why there's the ability for there to be the metzius of the world, the ability to be actual creation that seems to be an entity unto itself, whereas we know it's a manifestation of Hashem. But still, whatever Hashem decided to create, and the order which He decided to create, so that He could test us, and that we partner with Hashem in making a better world, and thereby earn our eternal reward. All of these things that He made is by hiding His true light, His great light, And when we realize that the life force of everything is Hashem, and that He's hiding it, we'll want to come to a great love and a great desire to Hashem. That's the level of Behema Rabbah. And in general, there's the level of Adam, which are the ones who connect with Hashem in Torah. Everyone can connect with Hashem by learning His Torah and wanting to connect with Him through that way. And the Torah has 248 positive mitzvahs and 365 negative mitzvahs. And a person generally has 248 organs, parts of the body, and 365 channels of flow which have to be protected. But Behema is not like that. So Torah is higher than Ava V'Yira, because Ava V'Yira are called Gadfin only, the wings, to help the person come up and to help his soul come up to the level of the Torah. But that's the way that it's revealed. There's a much higher level. And on this, David HaMelech writes, on this higher level, Vani bar v'le'eda, that he was wild, he didn't know, Behema is a yisimach, I was like a behema to you. Behema is loshen rabbim, but it doesn't say al behema, it says I was like behema to you, because there's a level of behema that's higher than Adam, and that's called Behema Rabbah. And that's the Ava Rabbah. Behema is emotional. So here's a level of Ava that's higher than knowledge. There's a Behema that's lower than knowledge. There's also Behema that's higher than knowledge. And it comes out in all the worlds. It's a level of Seviv Kol Almin. It has connected to the level of Seviv Kol Almin, where everything in the world is considered nothing and only Hashem is there. And the person who wants that level, and the person who wants to connect with Hashem the way he truly is, and the way to do that is through Torah mitzvahs down here. So it's a catch-22. But it's a strong desire to connect. And on there comes down, from there comes down the inyan of Rachmim Rabbim, and that's where the Man came from. Just like a human king, because he's so great and he's so above over all of the ministers and over all of the nations, he has this rachmanis much more, because he's able to be merachim on everyone. He's able to have mercy on the lowly beings, because everyone is low compared to him. And so through the air and safe, that everything is bata to him, that everything is if it's nothing compared to him, and even the higher worlds are like nothing, as it says, Hein shamayim leizochu be'enov, that even the heavens aren't worthy to him. Therefore, the Rachmanis is great on them. And therefore you have the idea of the tzaddikim and Gan Eden, that they have Hana from the Ziv Shechina, which comes down to them because of this Rachmanis. And this is only a Ziv. But he himself, he's not found anywhere. And everything is bottled to him. And everything is part of his real oneness. So not that he's not found anywhere, but that he's not shaykh to any of this level. That he's not coming out in a revealed way. As it says, he is goy, that he's higher than anything high. And even the level of Eden, that's higher than Gan, is Chachma, on which it says, Kulam b'Chachma Sisa. So the greatest levels that we can't even perceive, are to him like a rock. Kulam b'Chachma Sisa, comparing Chachma to Asiyah, comparing Chachma to just making a rock. Hashem's unlimited Chachma, unlimited wisdom, and a rock are the same thing, because Hashem is so much greater. He's higher than physicality and higher than spirituality, and the fact that we can't perceive this great level makes us want to connect with Him more. And this a person should think into a lot, until they understand it. How physicality cannot have come about by itself, and it can't come about from spirituality. So it shows that the root of physicality is higher than spirituality. And then to think about what that is, that even unlimited Chachma is something that can't create physicality. So Hashem is higher than even unlimited Chachma, and then a person's going to have a tremendous desire to connect with Hashem. And this will bring out his godly soul that will want to leave everything else, want to leave all of the things that bother it, and only connect with Hashem and only serve Hashem in this world. And that's a level that's very high. And every person is supposed to have a little bit of this. Every person is supposed to work on this and try to bring this out more and more. And then he'll have Rachmanis also on the part of godliness that's in him, that it should be revealed. And he'll have Rachmanis on his own life, that he doesn't have this great conception of Hashem, that he doesn't have this closeness yet, and he wants the closeness more, and that's going to bring him to more closeness. And then there comes the Tal from above. That's the Rachmanis that also comes out in a manifest way, and that was the Man, and that's why the Man would impart godly knowledge into the person. And so too the Tal comes out. But the Tal comes out from a great level of Rachmanis. This is a level that's higher than all of the worlds. As it says that all of the worlds are yenik from these two flows of milk that come from the Behema Rabbah. And this level then comes down into the Yud Gimel Midis Rachamim. It has to come out into a revealed way, in an orderly way, in a way that the world can receive it. And these are the 13 attributes of mercy that are higher than anything. And this comes out in the Tal or in the Shemen that would come down on Aaron's beard. It says Iyu Tal, Iyu Shemen. So this comes out in dew or it comes out in oil. Oil is a type of liquid that is also special in that it doesn't intermingle with any other liquid naturally. And Tal is something that comes straight from above and is not dependent on the water going up like rain is. It's a different kind of flow from above. But this has to come down in a way the world couldn't perceive it, which is through the 13 attributes of mercy, which are because of the Yud Beis Shvatim, because of the 12 tribes, and Shevet Levi, which includes all of them, and was among all of them. The 12 tribes are 11 of Yaakov's sons, and by Yosef, his two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, are each counted as a tribe. And then there's a 13th tribe, Levi, that's above everything. And therefore we say Slichis, and from Rosh Chodesh on, it comes out the level of Yud Gimel Midas Rachmim, and then it says, Ki Avram le'yadaynu v'Yisrael le'yakirenu ata avaya avinu. Avram, we didn't know, and Yisrael, we don't have a perception of, but you, Hashem, you are our Father, which means that we come to a level of Rachmim Rabim that's even higher than the Avis. That's the and that's the level of Chachma that comes out through the Pnimis of the Dikna, that comes out through these Yud Gimel Rachmim, and therefore we say in the Aseres Teshuvah Vinu Malkeinu, our God, our Father, our King. We bring Hashem out in a revealed way through all of these levels. And it's higher than the Avis, because they were the chariot for Hashem. But here we have Hashem himself during this special time. And then it says, that this was shown to make a person know that not on bread alone does a person live, but rather the spark of godliness that manifests itself in the physical, that's what comes out. And that's why it says also that somebody who says I only have Torah doesn't even have Torah, because that's not a way for a person to live. The Hashem, the way he comes out in Zeichel Midis into this world, the way he comes down in the Kisei, on this it says that the Jews give money, give parnasa to Hashem, give sustenance to Hashem, like food. Ki al kol meitzi pi avaye, Dahainu al yidei izbanan l'shemaskil mizbeinin she'ateiru hu meitzi pi avaye. Through that we think and recognize that the Torah is the word of Hashem, v'diburei shel malkeim v'yiraisu v'kushu b'ich kul echad, and Hashem becomes one with the Torah. That's the idea of Tal. And this brings down Hashem's mercy. That anyone who's busy with the Torah, that the do of the Torah will make him alive, which comes from the level of Seif Kalamin, but it comes down in actual letters on a book, as we see. And this means that when we have tremendous mercy on our soul, that when we say, look, we don't want the level of Torah is just in this world, or that I would have a certain benefit from because of it, that a person, if he's doing that, he's still low, he's still connected with the world, he's still connected with the lowly stuff. And if we recognize, no, we just want to be connected with Hashem, and the vehicle to be connected with Hashem are the Torah and the mitzvahs, then that takes us out of all boundaries, and that lets us have a real connection with Hashem. And that's the rachmanis that comes, that's the mercy that comes from Hashem after we recognize our lower level down here, after we recognize that we're caught up in lowness, that we're caught up in things that take us away from Hashem, or at least take our perception off of Hashem, and we want to stop being caught up in those things. We want to do the things that we have to do in the world just to bring Hashem out into the world. But our main focus should be Hashem. That brings out a level of rachmim rabim, where a person is able to have a true and eternal connection with Hashem and bring that out and turn down to everything. And that's what it means. That when we recognize the greatness of Hashem, when we bring it down to the world, there's a pleasure that comes from Hashem, and Hashem in turn comes out into the world, which is His true desire, to make this world a place where Hashem is revealed. And that's done through us, through our bringing Hashem out into the world, each one in our way, but guided by Torah and mitzvahs, each one with our unique abilities within the framework of Torah and mitzvahs.